Hi everybody and welcome to the ETR training grounds. My name is Sharp and today we are taking a look at the ACE 3 advanced throwing for grenades. I'm going to quickly look at making sure it's set up correctly and then we're going to get in, start throwing some grenades, having a look at the different options available to us and weighing up the pros and cons of it. So let's get started. So if you're like me when you first picked up Arma 3, you've probably come from the Arma 2 days and we're all guilty of it. We pressed G to open up our inventory and then threw a grenade at somebody in front of us, killing them or wounding them and feeling like a complete idiot because you've done that. A lot of people have fallen foul of thinking, I can't use grenades, I don't like them, I can't aim them, and I'm not going to take them. Which means, as a realism unit, it means that less people are taking grenades, meaning we don't have that piece of equipment that can probably turn the tide of a battle, especially in close quarters battle. Advanced throwing has meant that more people now have easier access to throwing grenades and have more confidence in doing so. So how do we use it? Well, first of all we have to make sure our settings are correct. Now if you checked out the ACE video, which will be linked below or in the playlist, you'll already have it set up, but if you've come in just for this, let's make sure it's all set up. So we're going to press escape and go to the top left and hit ACE options. And at the top bar, when you see it, it'll most likely say all categories. We're going to scroll down and go to advanced throwing. We need to make sure all three of these options are ticked to yes. And then once that's done, we're going to press close and get into the meat and potatoes of it. What's the controls? It's nice and simple. We can press left shift and G and we see a grenade in front of us. It picks up the first grenade that you probably picked up, so for me I've been doing a little playing about with it and my first one was a practice grenade that I got out of the box. So you're going to see this UI in front of you. If you've enabled the show controls, it's very self-explanatory. Left click throws it, scroll wheel out changes it to an overarm throw or underarm throw as it is. We scroll wheel back and it reverts it. You press the middle mouse button in to cook the grenade and right click cancels. However, there is another control. If we press Control and G while we're here, it changes it into the dropping menu where the scroll wheel away from you and towards you controls if you move the grenade to and from you, meaning you could drop it over a fence just like this. Or we could even, let's try and get it on top, shall we? Oh, it just bounced off. That's not fair. It's going to go off. There we go. But you can see the advantage. You could probably sneak a grenade through a window with little to no worries at all. But let's go back into it. Press Shift G. Now, before we start anything, you can notice we have an arc and a coloured blip at the bottom. You can probably see it better there. That coloured blip means that once it lands there, it's probably going to bounce slightly, not too much, but that's roughly where it's going to go. If I aim at this gentleman here, you'll notice that it goes red, meaning there's an obstruction, and it's most likely going to bounce off it. So if I throw this grenade at this guy here, it's going to bounce off. Now, bouncing could be random, so you could bounce it around a corner and get great success, but then you may end up struggling. So let's throw it now and see what happens. And it's just landed off to the left there and bounced off it. Be cautious though. Sometimes you'll get the same option, like a red option there, when you're looking through a window. However, it will just show as the greeny yellow option there. But be aware, your grenade might not go through. We found that on certain cup maps that you can't throw grenades through windows. You should just be very wary of that. If the arc doesn't go through the window, it means you can't get the grenade through the window. So just be wary of that. So I have multiple grenades in my inventory. So as you can see, I have a frag grenade and I have a chem light and a couple of smokes. So if I press Shift G, how do I get to other grenades? Well, it's nice and simple. I'm going to press Shift G again and I'm at my frag grenade. Shift G, my smoke, and same again. I'm going to cycle through and I can select whichever one I want. So I'm going to stick with, let's go with blue smoke. And as you can see, we're going to do an underarm throw. So I'm going to scroll wheel up, do a quick underarm throw. I'm going to do it behind me. So that's underarm throw. As you can see, it only took a little bit of a bounce, nothing too major. As you see, grenades there. Now what if we're marking an LZ and say for example the smoke isn't quite visible? It might be stuck against a wall or something. Well, we can move the grenade. So we're going to use the ace interaction menu, and we can pick up the grenade, and we can also just, you know, toss it over the wall. Make sure that helicopter can see what's going on. So that is basically the advanced throwing in a nutshell. You've got a number of keys. So Shift G to activate it, Shift G again to cycle through your grenades, pressing Shift G each time. Control and G changes it into the drop menu. So let's try a drop of a smoke right in front of us so you can see it a little bit better. And we're going to click and cook it. As you can see, it says it's primed and it's dropped on the floor here. Let's get rid of that so it isn't making too much noise. Bye bye. So Shift G to open it, cycle. Your scroll wheel changes between throwing arcs, and left click throws it. So it's nice and simple, and frag out. Now that's a live one, so I best take a bit of cover. And they didn't stand a chance. So hopefully you guys get a couple of bits of practice in with the advanced throwing, and I hope you find it very useful. I hope it means that you can use grenades more often on servers and in operations. If you've got any questions about this or anything Arma related, feel free to drop it in the comments below. Any more information that you want to know about ETR, head to tacticalrealism.eu, where we also have a link to our Discord server where you can ask any of us any sort of questions that you may need assistance with. Once again, I've been Sharp, and thanks for watching.